So the first step would be to search for a simple queue service. And then you click create a queue. You can leave that as standard and name your queue. You can leave configuration the same as well as access policy. And you hit create a queue and that's it.
Okay, next we'll create a workflow with a state machine. So you can search for state machine. All right, we'll give our machine a name. We're going to be coding this with custom values. So we'll copy and paste this into the selected area. What this state machine will do, it will emulate a check inventory system. So what it does is that it will attempt to emulate a microservice. So what our function will do, if the microservice check inventory is successful, it would notify success, otherwise it will notify failure. So we can move on. Right, a name. Right, assign a role. We were supposed to edit the machine name, the URL, sorry. So you could edit this line 9 with the URL of our queue that we created earlier, and our state machine should work now without any errors. Yeah, and create, and we should be okay now.
Okay, so now we have to create a rule for our step function. So you're going to just search IAM in the search bar and click the first option that comes up. Right, and to the left of the page, you're going to select roles. And here you're going to create a role. Right, so scroll down a bit and you will select Lambda as the service you want. Click next. Okay, and here we're going to add 2 permissions to our role. So first you're going to search SQS full access. Right, and now we're going to search step functions full access. Right. Click next. We leave this as is, so click next again. So here you're going to give your role a name, and we just want to verify that the 2 policies that we selected before are actually assigned to our roles. So it's there, so you're fine. So you're going to go ahead and click create.
Okay, so now we're gonna actually create the Lambda function that's going to operate like a microservice in this little workflow that we've created. So I'm going to go to the Lambda function console. I'm gonna hit create function. Gonna leave it as author from scratch. Gonna give it a name. I'm gonna leave it as Node.js because that's the type of function we're creating. I'm gonna change the default execution role to the role that we just created. Just gonna select it from the drop down and click create a function. So from here, the function details page is gonna load, right? So what I'm gonna do is copy the function code, paste it into index.js and hit deploy. Here I'm gonna add a trigger So I'm going to select SQS because we're going to be using our queue to trigger this rule. Gonna select G3 order and make sure that it's enabled, right? And click add. I'm just waiting for it to create the role, well, create the trigger. And I'm just going to disable this one because that's not what we're looking to be using right now. Just going to give this a few seconds. Right, so now the correct one is enabled. So we can try an execution of the step function, the state machine. So the state machine calls the queue and the queue triggers the Lambda function. So that's what you're going to see now. So I'm going to hit start execution. Going to leave this as is because our function doesn't take any inputs. Hit start. And from here you'll see it's blue because the queue is triggering the Lambda function. Once the Lambda function has finished executing, this is going to turn green and we're going to either be successful or we're going to fail. And there we go, it succeeded. And if you scroll down a little more, you'll see the execution event history here. So you can actually see how long your Lambda function took to execute, as well as how long it took for us to be notified of success. And that's basically it for our tutorial. Now we're just going to terminate our resources to make sure that we're not racking up unnecessary charges.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is delete the state machine. This usually takes some time. But after the state machine, we need to delete the Lambda function. It's taking a while. Okay, so now we're going to delete the Lambda function. Click action, delete function. After the Lambda function, we're going to delete the roles. So you have to select our step function and Lambda function. Click delete role. Only delete the roles. We're going to delete the queue. Click delete. Type in the phrase. Click confirm delete and delete. And that's it.